There's a question that echoes across late-night search histories, whispered conversations, and private corners of the internet. It's a question loaded with confusion, anxiety, and a mountain of misinformation. What actually happens to your body, more specifically your prostate, if you masturbate every single day? You've probably come across terrifying claims online. Warnings that daily masturbation could lead to prostate damage, chronic inflammation, or even increase the risk of cancer. These narratives are often delivered with fear-inducing language, making it easy to feel alarmed. But how much of this fear is actually rooted in scientific truth? The truth, as it turns out, is not just surprising. It's truly shocking. And what you're about to learn might flip everything you've believed on its head. Because what real science has uncovered is not only counterintuitive, it's downright liberating. So, if you've ever wondered about the health consequences of frequent ejaculation, buckle in. You're about to hear the facts, unfiltered, evidence-based, and eye-opening. But to understand the full story, we first need to explore the star of this entire conversation, the prostate gland. So, what exactly is the prostate? In simple terms, it's a small walnut-sized gland that's part of the male reproductive system. Its primary role is to produce the fluid that carries and nourishes sperm, which we recognize as semen. The prostate sits just below the bladder and directly in front of the rectum. Though small in size, its function is critical, especially as men age. But with this importance comes vulnerability, and over time, the prostate becomes a major source of concern for many men. You've likely heard the old warnings, passed down in locker rooms or on online forums. The myth that too much masturbation wears out the prostate, that it causes chronic inflammation, a condition called prostatitis, or even worse, that it increases your risk of prostate cancer. These concerns aren't totally irrational. Prostate cancer is among the most common cancers in men, and anything that could potentially influence that risk deserves attention. For a long time, these warnings were accepted as truth, often coded with moral judgment or outdated health advice. But then something remarkable happened. Researchers at one of the world's most respected institutions decided to cut through the myths. Instead of guessing or theorizing, they did what science does best. They studied the facts. The result was one of the most comprehensive long-term studies on male health ever conducted. And what they uncovered didn't just challenge conventional wisdom, it shattered it entirely. Their findings changed how we understand the relationship between ejaculation and prostate health forever. So, was this earth-shattering discovery? Let's talk about the Harvard-led study that flipped the script. Conducted by researchers from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, this wasn't some small survey or narrow focus group. It was a large-scale, long-term study that followed nearly 32,000 men over a period of 18 years. These men's health behaviors were meticulously tracked, including one particularly relevant factor, ejaculation frequency. And when researchers crunched the data, the results were nothing short of astonishing. They found that men who ejaculated more frequently had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. That's right, more frequent ejaculation was associated with better prostate health. Specifically, men who reported ejaculating 21 times or more each month had up to a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated just 4 to 7 times a month. Let that sink in for a moment, because it flies in the face of everything those old myths told us. This wasn't an anomaly. The results were not only statistically significant, but were also supported by follow-up studies and international research. A major Australian study echoed similar findings, strengthening the argument that ejaculation may play a protective role. So, what's going on here? How could a biological act we've been told to limit actually help guard against one of the most feared diseases in men? Scientists have put forward several well-supported theories to explain this unexpected connection. The first theory is known as the prostate stagnation hypothesis. Imagine your prostate gland as a complex network of tiny tubes and ducts, like miniature plumbing. Over time, fluids and cellular debris can build up in these ducts. If they're not flushed out regularly, those materials can linger, leading to inflammation or even cellular damage. Regular ejaculation, whether through sex or masturbation, acts as a natural cleansing mechanism. It helps clear out old fluids, dead cells, and potentially harmful substances. keeping the system clean and reducing the risk of irritation or disease. Another explanation focuses on cellular regeneration. Every time a cell divides, there's a risk of genetic mutations, errors that could trigger cancer. Frequent ejaculation may promote healthier cell turnover in the prostate. That means old, possibly damaged cells are replaced more efficiently with healthy new ones, reducing the likelihood that abnormal cells will multiply and form tumors. In a way, ejaculation helps your body maintain a healthier cellular environment. And then there's the inflammation and stress connection. Chronic stress and systemic inflammation are known contributors to various cancers. Ejaculation is closely tied to stress relief. It helps release endorphins, lowers cortisol levels, and promotes relaxation. So, regular sexual activity might indirectly support prostate health by reducing chronic inflammation, which in turn supports overall wellness. When you piece these mechanisms together, the science starts to make sense. Ejaculation doesn't harm the prostate. In fact, it may protect it through a powerful combination of mechanical cleansing, cellular renewal, and emotional relief. Now, while this information is vital for long-term cancer prevention, many men watching right now are focused on a different kind of concern, symptoms they're struggling with today. Things like waking up multiple times in the night to urinate, the constant pressure or sensation that your bladder never fully empties, or a weak urine stream that's frustrating and embarrassing. If that's you, I want to pause for just a moment and share something practical. There's a fascinating new video that explains a powerful spring water-based juice inspired by a traditional Asian remedy. It's designed to target what researchers are calling a hidden prostate clog, a root cause behind many of the urinary issues men experience as they age. This isn't some gimmick. It's a natural solution that focuses on real relief. If you want to check it out, point your phone at the QR code on your screen or use the direct link pinned in the comments below this video. Watch the video and then come right back. We're not done yet because we still need to talk about the bigger picture. You might be asking yourself, wait, does this mean daily masturbation is a miracle cure, a magic bullet that guarantees prostate health? The honest answer is no. While the science behind ejaculation and reduced prostate cancer risk is powerful, it's not a standalone solution. The Harvard study reveals a strong correlation, not definitive causation. That means while frequent ejaculation is likely beneficial, there may be other variables involved. For example, men with healthier sex lives may also engage in other healthy habits, like better diets, more exercise, or lower stress levels, all of which support prostate health. So, ejaculation frequency is one key piece of a larger puzzle. It's an important tool, but it's not the only one. To keep your prostate healthy and your body in peak condition, you'll want to adopt a holistic approach. And that begins with your diet. Aim for meals rich in fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats. Tomatoes, grapefruit, and watermelon contain lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that supports prostate function. Green tea and foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon and flaxseed are also excellent choices. Next, we can't overstate the value of exercise. Staying physically active helps regulate hormones and maintain a healthy weight, two factors that strongly influence prostate health. Obesity, in particular, is associated with more aggressive prostate cancer, so even just 30 minutes of moderate movement each day can make a big difference. Also, avoid smoking and keep alcohol consumption in check. Both habits are linked to increased cancer risk and general inflammation, which your prostate definitely doesn't need. And finally, be proactive about screenings. This is your strongest defense. Starting in your 40s or 50s, especially if prostate cancer runs in your family, make it a point to talk to your doctor. Get routine checkups. Ask about the PSA blood test, because while lifestyle plays a huge role, early detection saves lives. No health habit can replace the value of an annual exam. So, let's come full circle. What does daily masturbation really do to your prostate? The shocking truth is this. It may actually be one of the simplest, most natural things you can do to support long-term prostate health. It's not harmful, it's not shameful, and it's certainly not something that should be feared. Instead, it's a normal biological function that's backed by serious science and may even play a protective role in your overall well-being. Of course, it's not a substitute for a healthy lifestyle or medical care, but it is a legitimate part of the bigger picture.